Hello everyone. Uh, yes, it is I. Oh, by the way, I cut my beard. I don't know if it seems pretty obvious now. Um, yeah. So Keirris is at a convention this weekend. He's at the same convention that Dark Angel of Death is at. Um, plot twist: we know who that is. Um, and I think by now everybody should probably guess. Um, hello, hello. So yes. Well, look at that. My heart rate's already going down, so that's good. So, yeah, so Keirris is at an anime convention this weekend in Toronto, Metro Toronto Convention Center, Anime North. Um, and he's not here to stop me from rambling, which also means that no, because I don't really stop him from rambling either. Oh yeah, last week I got Bianca and I got hold on, there's some boop boop. um, Kevin Campbell and Miss Bianca, you're are both new channel members, so thank you very much. It's always amazing to see additional um like channel members and stuff. It seems weird to like that we even have channel members in the first place because I kind of like I'm still in that imposter syndrome stage of content creation where I think that who the hell am I, you know? Um, there's a comment here from some rando on one of the Midwest Ghost Hunter videos saying, "How do you know his videos are fake?" Hmm. Well, that's because ghosts don't exist. So, um, man, I feel like I'm already screwing up a little bit, but so earlier, I guess I'll just jump right into yes, Kevin, yes, Bianca and Kevin. So I'm guessing that like you two probably know each other, um, due to the frequency, the yeah. Ah, perfect. Um, that's great. So, I don't know if I should be reading the comments out loud because everybody's in the chat. So like, yeah. Um, I'm also noticing the delay in between the like when something's written and then when something appears on the stream. So I put the chat on the actual screen so that you guys can kind of see when the chats actually come in, so you know the kind of the delay in it, which I think is going to be beneficial. But I kind of want to touch on the situation with the shape video because I left a comment under his video, which it's not letting me go to the comment. So I'm not sure if it's going to let me read it because I'd rather just read it out loud than try to remember what exactly I said because I'm kind of an idiot when it comes to that stuff and I don't know how to. Maybe I'll just search it up. The shape. Maybe I can just go and see it in right when I. Yeah, there are comments on the top. Oh, so essentially what happened was that the shape and a another guy, Debunk Paranormal, I think his name was. So they both made a video on the same paranormal video, and their debunks are very similar in nature. And the thing about it is that when I was first watching it, I was expecting it to be kind of like a carbon copy of one another, so it was going to be like really clear and obvious. Um, that it was literally a copy, but the longer I watched it, the less I believed that it was a copy, and more so that it was just mostly a coincidence between the two. The it turns out that the data production for the Debunk Paranormals video is just 6 hours. I think it was 6 hours after. Less than 6 hours. It was less than 6 hours after the Shape had posted his video. And as somebody who also, obviously, I also debunk. Um, I don't think there was enough time for Debunk Paranormal to fully watch the Shapes video and then make another video and then source the same footage and go through all that. And so that's kind of one of the main things about it. But the thing that I commented on under the video was kind of a real wall of text, because I was pausing the video as I was watching it and kind of building a large comment along the way. And I worry that maybe he might get offended by it. But the first video in question is it's a clip where there's a shadow that's walking across the curtains in front of somebody's house, and then they open the curtains and nobody's actually outside. And they both came to the same conclusion that the shadow was actually belonged to a person on a balcony. And the problem with it is that, the Shape was saying, "Oh, he copied me because, the ghost," that they were both saying that it was on a balcony, and it's like, well, that's because the person who's casting the shadow is on a balcony. It's like when a bunch of people. Here's literally what I wrote at the end. I said, "All right, so I finished the video, and I definitely understand where you're coming from, but honestly, my perspective as a relative nobody in the debunking community, I say this with absolute respect. I do think it was a coincidence. I completely get where you're coming from, but it reminds me of the thing that happened of something that happened back in high school. I had a teacher. His name was Mr. LaPicciarella, and he failed our whole class on a test because we all had the same answer for a physics question. Everyone's answer did vary slightly, but in the end, we came to the same result. He told us that we clearly cheated, but in reality, he just taught us efficiently enough that we all just simply got the correct answer. And the problem is that when you're debunking the ghost videos, there is a correct answer. And if two independent debunkers come to the same answer, then that forms a consensus. So this whole idea of copying, I don't think it really works when it comes to a kind of test per se. Yeah, yeah. They were very close in proximity. I think the Shape said that his was uploaded for a day, which, by the way, when you upload to YouTube, anything after a day, it counts as 1 day. So technically, he could have uploaded his video like 47 hours before, but because it hadn't reached a second day, it still just says 1 day. But he had mentioned that it was less than a day since he uploaded his, so he also thought that the proximity of the uploads. But the thing is that the production of the video itself would have narrowed that window of opportunity greatly. So, like, the one guy's recording a video while the Shape is uploading his, so to speak. And then once he's done uploading, recording his video, then he starts editing it, and the Shape's video is getting views at that point. Not enough time, in my opinion. But I also wrote, in the debunking community, we frequently find ourselves checking our answers against each other. We celebrate finding the same answer, and we engage in thought-provoking conversations when we find differences. We bounce off each other and build ourselves up to new heights by understanding by learning new techniques and engaging thoughtfully and respectfully. I have a massive amount of respect for you and the greater debunking community. Eventually, as in most environment, we will ultimately become unified in our understanding and ability to explain these clips. And then I said that I get comments all the time about how I should stop making videos because I'm ruining the fun and that everyone knows they're fake and shit like that. But those people completely miss the reason why I'm doing this. It's not about exposing grifters, and it's not about bringing people down. It's just a hunt for the truth and a desire to connect with like-minded individuals in our shaped pursuit for a challenge. I see. So basically, I see where the Shape is coming from. But I definitely, if I would have deleted this video. I probably wouldn't have made it. Because I find that I find that it's, kind of it's a shared experience. It shouldn't be that there's like A and B, and if I say it first, you can't say it at all. You know what I mean? It's sort of boring watching videos when you know they're fake, and yeah, that's fair. Um, I like to see the cleverness of people when they edit videos, and I I really enjoy seeing videos in particular that are misunderstandings of natural things. Like, there's a video of a the guy is faking his ghost videos, but there are a few videos that he couldn't possibly fake because they require external environmental conditions to accomplish. The garage door, it's a view of him looking into his garage, and the attic space door is being opened downward into the garage space. And if you take a look straight through at the garage door instead of where your eyes are naturally looking, which is the attic door, you'll notice that there's a large amount of vibration, and the garage door is buckling outward slightly every time one of the times when the when the attic door comes down. And so, like, those are the ones that I really enjoy seeing because when you understand that, like, Bernoulli's principle, which is, if there's a mass amount of air that's flowing across an opening, it's going to draw the air from inside a container outside with it. It almost like carries the wind away from it. And when the air blows across the front of the garage, it's sucking air through the unsealed area around the garage that is then drawing air from the only other place where the air can come from, which is the attic. And so when you see videos like that, you go, ah, I can explain this. I can explain this video uh, because this video isn't a malicious or an intentional obfuscation of the reality. It's just the misunderstanding or the not misunderstanding, yeah, misunderstanding, I guess, of common scientific principles. And that's the kind of video I like seeing. Something that I can lend my expertise to rather than just say, "Ha, string," or "Ha, cut," or "Oh, I think this is just an overlay." Those are boring. Um, so yeah, the shape once tried to stir shit with John Wolfe, saying John Wolfe copied his debunks. I don't think John Wolfe even knows the shape exists. I don't even know if John Wolfe knows he exists. He's 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 awesome, but he's got a wife and kid. He doesn't have time to watch somebody else's debunking videos. He's doing it for the same reason that I'm doing it, just for fun. But yeah, yeah. John Wolfe doesn't need to copy the shape. Oh, these small fake channels are big fake channels. He said people complain about both. Yeah, that's true. Oh, yeah. So Anna, I think there's like, I mean, so far as I've seen, there are, I would call them like five pinnacle debunking channels, and I would say Beardo Gets Scared is. So we'll start with John Wolfe. He's kind of the. I'm not going to say he's like the head honcho of the debunking community, but he certainly has the most subscribers. And then the next layer would be Beardo, World of Mr. Gray, The Shape, and uh, Side Eye Guy. I'd say would be the next layer. And then the layer below that would be all us little smart starting creators. There's probably like 5 or 6 other channels I've noticed that are doing the same. I think that Debunked Paranormal might be in between. I don't know. Let's find out. Debunked Paranormal. Debunked Paranormal has about 7,000 subscribers. So yeah, he's down where we are. Oh, and he also posted a reply to the shape. But I don't really I don't I don't really care about drama. Drama's not really my thing. Like if somebody ever accuses me of stealing their debunks, I'll just be like, "Oh, I didn't, but I see why you said that." You know what I mean? Um, not my goal to get into drama with anybody or even respond to drama. If anybody starts drama with me, I just usually just go, I mean, you're free to think that, you're free to feel that way, and that's your God-given right as a human being to have your own opinion on things, whether they're true or not. Now, if they tell me that I stink, now we got beef. Yeah. So, oh yeah, yeah, Beardo, yeah, Beardo shouted us out. That was such a man, what an adrenaline rush. When I started this channel, I didn't even know Beardo existed. The only person I had actually seen by then for the debunking was just John Wolf. And I thought, I was oh, and, Casper Sight, but I don't think Casper Sight's really a debunker. He's more like he's a believer that um, definitely has a bit of a, "Oh, come on," kind of attitude to things. So, between those 2, that's what I started the channel. I only knew about John Wolf and Casper Sight, and then after that, I learned about Beardo and then started watching his videos while I was making those very first videos with a laptop camera. "Hey, Kenny Biddle, glad you're here." I'm missing some comments. "Hi, I'm glad you're here." Um, yeah, I agree, Kevin. It's kind of, it kind of feels like he might have just gotten ahead of himself on this. But yeah, most debunkers come to the same conclusion, and that conclusion is usually the correct answer, and there's only so many ways you can say the correct answer. That's why I think they, you know, they're in parity with each other. So yeah, the stream I named the stream Aliens, Ghosts, Bingo, and Chatting. So this is the chatting part. I have a video that we can watch where we're gonna play Debunkers Bingo, and then the alien footage, I might like, I guess I can't find the alien footage. Keirris last week was telling me about, the Bayside Miami, mall had additional footage. It's nowhere, so I'm just gonna assume that maybe it was just like a flash in the pan AI thing. Yeah, that's fair, Elvis. Um, yeah, so, without Keirris here, I really I bleh, need direction. This is the first solo live stream, and, it's spooky. Um, yeah. Should I just go into the bingo? I don't I feel like I should just go into the bingo. Do I do I know Miss Biddle? Miss you mean Mr. Biddle or I've heard of the great Kenny Biddle and I'm nervous having hello. Um you're fantastic and your presence intimidates me. Thank you, Elvis. Thank you for that, super thanks. I'm kind of flustered. I'm like, I really like Karis is somebody who keeps me grounded when I'm communicating with people. This is how I like if anybody ever finds me in public and they start talking to me, this is how it's gonna be. I'm this way in real life. This is the real me. I am scared of everything. I think I'm gonna let's play some bingo. Yeah. Um, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, let's do bingo. Um, okay, so this is bingo. Oh, it's hard to not get intimidated by, whenever anybody who's like here the thing is that everybody who is on YouTube doing YouTube things, like making YouTube videos and everything, and they have like online personalities and online presences that are really informative, really well structured, and really um I see them and I go, there's no way I'm ever going to be at that level. All I have is just my own personal knowledge and my own experiences that shape my knowledge base. So seeing people who have already, pulled the trigger way before me and they've kind of built this perfect community, um, thinking that there's a possibility that I might be able to become like that, even if I was like, I don't even know, like even if I was like a let's just use it for actors. If I was a person who was making an audition standing next to Gandalf the Grey, I'd be like panicking my head off. And even if I was more popular than Gandalf the Grey, I'd still be panicking because I don't know. You're not making me nervous. It's just the nervousness of. I mean, you are making me nervous. I mean, the audience is making me nervous because I'm a I don't know. So the the video. Um, Keirris. Okay, Keirris. I really wish Keirris was here. It's really hard to like maintain my mental focus when without Keirris. But, that's okay. This is the first official live stream where I'm doing it alone, so it's bound to be a little bit rocky, but, yes. Hmm, okay. So, um, this is a slapped ham video. I chose a slapped ham video specifically um, because of how slapped ham is, and I thought that it'd be the most fun to look at a slapped ham video, try to get a bingo. It's the only video I have, for the bingo, so if we don't get the bingo by the end of the video this video, then we're going to, just accept defeat, but, I'm just gonna press play and we're gonna do this. Also, I don't know, usually when I do, uh, like slapped ham, usually I try to remove his background, music because a lot of the times it's by Epidemic Sound and that, I don't have a license for Epidemic Sound, so I'm not allowed to use his background audio, but I feel like live streams might go a different way. Means maybe I don't know, let's see. Oh, and, it's not on YouTube. I've downloaded the video and I put it into, DaVinci Resolve because I have more control, fine control with, how I control the video. I mean, like, I can go like, frame by frame a lot easier and things like that, and I can also demonstrate editing tricks while I'm in DaVinci Resolve, so is this the guy that Keirris and I were watching a while ago? I think this is the same guy. Yeah, the shed guy. Hello! Welcome from Anime North. Have you found Keirris yet? Oh, you can't hear the video? Can't hear the video? Sorry, there's definitely a big delay. Shit, you're right. How it is I it's the yeah, that makes sense because I put it under Chrome, so I have to find DaVinci Resolve. Where the hell is DaVinci Resolve? DaVinci DaVinci Resolve isn't there. Output device. Default output device. Now you hear everything I hear. Uh, let's move this over here so I can actually see the audio mixer. I should have known. I should have thought about that. Should be able to hear it now.
But the worst of it was still to come.
Thank you, Anna. Okay, perfect.
Ryan's first thought was that something had gotten into the attic, but what he heard didn't sound like any animal he could place.
Okay, so we talked about this one in a couple of videos ago. This is definitely just somebody kind of going, "Meow," you know what I mean? And they're everyone. I've known more people that can make those noises than not. As for this, I always, I mean, not always, but like last time we were watching it, I was curious about this. I can't see where this video's there. I was curious about this because it looks a lot like a giant spider, but it's probably just a tree branch or a stick. So the obvious consensus here is that, or I mean, the obvious answer here is that he's just upstairs.
The footage did.
Fucking creepy though. I mean, it really does look like a a bat. That was another good idea. The reason why I'm not sure if the bat could be a very plausible answer. It's hard to tell the scale of the opening at the top of this ladder. That'd be a really big bat, I think. And he's in North America, and the bat that would be a big bat. Well, they do exist. Big bats, those bats really do exist, but I just don't know if that one would be a bat. I lean closer to tree branch just because of how easy it is to get one. If that makes any sense. I mean, that makes perfect sense. I mean, what am I saying? But I don't know.
The footage didn't stop there. Ryan's interior shed cameras caught something else entirely.
Noises after Taco Bell. Yeah. That's a great point.
The footage continues.
One of the biggest problems with static imagery is that there can be any number of cuts at any point in time. The benefit of having a garage that has a large opening at the front that has windows that allows like natural light to come in is that every time there is a cut in a video, there's going to be a drastic change in luminance because of the rate in which the sun rises and lowers, right? So there's no cut in this, and it's most likely not a static scene unless the static scene is established at the end right before whatever happens, and then just stretched back, which I suppose could totally be done, but I think that would be a little bit too involved. I think it makes more sense that he just set up a camera. He said that he got a Blink security camera. He showed the notification of him having ordered the Blink security camera, or maybe it was a Ring security camera, but he also bought a fidget spinner with it. And this isn't it. This isn't the security camera. This is a cell phone camera that he set up on the shelf. And the main thing to focus on, or the main thing to realize about when people set up a camera on some sort of shelf or anything is that, you know, how long is your battery going to last? What resolution are you recording in? Do you have sufficient storage space on your camera to be able to record it? If they say they set up the camera to record overnight, well, what are you recording it in 640p? Well, clearly not. It's definitely 1080p. And 1080p is what, like 1 gig every 2 hours. So if you have a cell phone, I mean, cell phones have a lot more storage these days, but there's usually a buffer. Like you've got apps built, you've got videos that you've taken, you've got pictures that you've taken. The storage is most likely already mostly full, and now you're saying that you recorded a video for like multiple hours without the phone overheating, phone battery dying, or storage filling up. I don't know, man. It's always It's always one of those things that you like, it's not it's not a piece of evidence, but it is something to be considered in the pursuit of evidence. So yeah. Um, Knocking on door doesn't sound like a bat. It's too heavy. That's true. Yeah, it does. Yeah, the bats are bats have bone density closer to birds than I was about to say chickens, but chickens are birds. Yeah, there has to be sufficient mass to be able to make the deep banging noise. Maybe the spinner was for the ghost when it was lonely, making the yeah, could be. Maybe I should get a fit. No, I haven't. I'm not gonna bring it out. When the fidget spinner craze went around, I went and bought a fidget spinner, but I went and got skateboard bearings from West 49, which is I don't know if that's like a global brand or if that's just a North American brand, but it's a skateboarding shop and they have these wicked bearings. And I got a can of silicone grease from or silicone spray lubricant from Home Depot, and I made that ball bearing spin so fast. We took an air compressor, and I held it in my hands. It's soft. It's like a soft, round, like if you get hit in the head with it, it's gonna hurt, but it's not gonna cut you. And we used the air compressor to spin it up so fast that I did actually let it touch the skin of the inside of my finger, and it hit it so hard that it split my skin. Uh, Yeah, the angle, so, yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, the bearings actually heated up so much that it stopped being able to spin, so I think that, I think in the design of making the bearings for skateboards, they don't expect anybody to be going Mach 5. Um, so, yeah, there was definitely deformation in the bearings. Um, so the security camera angle is given that it's not a security camera, the angle is a lot more forgivable, and I'm starting to realize that my expertise when it comes to CCTV placement and I mean, like, I used to be like anybody who doesn't know, I used to be a CCTV footage analyst. I'm kind of a not I'm what I wouldn't call myself a professional because I don't work in that anymore, but I would call myself a well-educated fool in CCTV. So normally when you're installing a security camera, you're not there's no reason to set up a security camera to cover an internal door. And a lot of people will set up security cameras to aim outside of windows. Bad idea, because the infrared glare washes out anything that would have been outside. If you're going to record outside, then get an outdoor security camera. But record your front door. This is going to sound contrarian. It's going to sound stupid, but thieves rarely go through the windows. They go through the front door. They kick your door off its hinges and then bum rush the place and grab the first valuable thing they find and bolt. It's very rare that somebody will break a window because breaking a window introduces a hazard that can injure them and prevent them from getting away. Even if they're not actively thinking about the danger of cutting themselves in the glass, it's somewhere in the back of their head that they understand the danger of broken glass. And so it's against their better judgment to create the broken glass. So they usually don't do that. They usually just boot your front door in and grab your TV. Usually, usually the most valuable things are kept near the front door anyways, and it's usually about grabbing car keys. In most of the cases that I reviewed when it came to home invasion, uh, they usually and the back door. The back door is actually a lot more likely, but a burglar doesn't typically wander around your property to find the correct point of entry. And they also don't case your house before they do it. They just pick a house at random, see a nice car out front, go, if the keys are by the front door, gold. If not, I'll grab the TV. Boom, they boot your door down. 5 minutes, look for the keys, don't find the keys, grab the next most valuable thing, boot, book it. So yeah, put your cameras at your front door, roughly eye level, not really aimed from the ceiling down. By the time the person who enters your home notices there's a camera, they're looking at the camera and it's already too late. So it doesn't matter if they destroy your security camera, especially if your security camera is connected to the cloud, because then you can recover the data despite the camera being destroyed. Aiming down from the top gives people the opportunity to be staring at the floor to ensure that they don't trip over shoes, thus obfuscating their face with the top of their head. About eye level, maybe I would say if you were about 5'10", or like let's say you're 5'7", seems to be a really common height. I would say aim to have the camera around your chin, aimed slightly upward, because people would be looking down to watch their footing as they enter your house, and that's the best opportunity for you to capture their face. And if you have the capability of doing so, put a security camera aimed towards your house from a tree. There was a few cases that they were working on where somebody had a security camera on a tree facing the front of the house, and holy shit, was that good footage. Like, usually when you have a security camera and somebody's like 30 feet away from 30 feet away from the camera, your eyes, nose, and mouth make up around 5 pixels. But this person had a security camera positioned so incredibly perfectly that as the burglar was leaving the house, it captured so much detail that we didn't even need to, like, it was like, is this the person in the video? Yes. Okay. Case case closed. Yeah, all the short kings. Short kings are the only ones that are gonna survive the security camera placement. But then if they only bring in a lineup of like 10 people and they're all short and all they got to do is just match the crop of hair, or you know what I mean, or one guy is 6 feet tall, they can immediately rule him out. How do you spell word for someone who is stealing? Like burglar or thief? Thief. Shit. I before the E except after C, but that's not a real rule. Boom, exposed for being mentally handicapped. Oh, you're not allowed to say that anymore. Keep it a secret. I didn't say it. Shh. Let's let's just continue this. Did we get a we could get a
The footage
bingo for this one.
continues.
I mean, it's not low res. I mean, convenient camera placement for sure. Do I have a button for that? Convenient framing. Yeah. Oh, a politician. That's clever. So he's just up in the attic himself, and he's just dropping things down.
And his outdoor cameras picked up something stranger.
The outdoor cameras that... What is that, an ostrich?
Then there's the...
So he's got an electrical box out there, which is fair. It's an electrical box, but what is the I swear to God, it's an ostrich. Not this. Yeah, it could be a cow. Bad resolution. Is it? Does it not? Here, look at this. This is a pretty cool feature for we can do annotations, which allows us to scribble on the screen, which is one of the other reasons why I wanted to use DaVinci. If this is his knee, and that's his calf, and his foot's like there, then he's kind of hunched over, like that's his butt. And then that must be just like a white mannequin head, or like a styrofoam mannequin head, or a soccer ball in his hand. Does that make sense? Oh yeah, I can zoom in more. Like that's definitely a shoe. Oh yeah, I got an arrow. Look at that. Boom. That's a shoe. His knee's about here. That's his backside. That's his shoulder. So his head must be about here. So he's holding something in his hand, like a deflated soccer ball or something. Weird. Yeah, definitely looks like somebody crouched behind it. Yeah. So like this other point right now where he seems to grab the camera. Why does it sound like he's climbed up, and it sounds like he's climbed up on top of this stack of 2x4s that he's got behind him. Does he turn the camera around? He does? Oh no. So he's got a ladder here, step ladder. So we're supposed to believe that the camera was mounted to the wall here. But why would you mount the camera there? If all the activity is happening inside the shed, why would you mount a camera to the outside of the shed staring at the electrical box? You know what I mean? And look at this. It's like... Ding. Rule of thirds, anyone? Yeah, so it's him. He's crouched behind the electrical box.
Then there's the local context. According to Ryan, a
We
story
don't need local context is just used to build your own. Yeah, he did take it off the mount pretty quick. Yeah, don't you think there would be a thumb screw or something that he would have to unscrew? I mean, like security cameras aren't designed to be taken off the wall quickly. It's like a DSLR, or like his cell phone that he's just kind of
waiting in the area for a few days at the time.
It's
a
weird.
7-year-old boy had reportedly gone missing while
Plus,
playing
you're not
near a
supposed to be
lake with
able
other
to just
children.
run around with
like
a
4 or
security
5 kids.
camera.
They were playing out here,
I mean, you
going
can.
fishing and
Some of them have batteries,
and
but
the kid fell in about right here. If you look down at the bottom, you can barely see. But this is only about 3 or 4 feet deep at the maximum.
The boy fell into the water, but the lake was only 3 or 4 feet deep. The other kids jumped in to look for him and couldn't find him. Adults arrived, search boats went out, and the boy was still nowhere.
Okay, so the context is that there was a small child who jumped into 3 or 4 feet deep water and disappeared, and nobody could find him. But a child is only about 3 or 4 feet tall in the first place. Is this just Camp Crystal Lake? Yeah, that's the Jason from the Friday the 13th storyline. Exactly. Huh. Little on the nose, huh?
Jumping in, looking for him and everything, and none of them can find him.
Were they bullying him in that movie? I think they were bullying. I think somebody drowned him in that video.
The face of the earth.
4 or 5 days later, the boy was reportedly found alive, over 100 miles from the lake, knocking on a stranger's front door in the middle of the night.
They found this young boy 120 miles away from here on somebody's front porch in the middle of last night asking for help.
I believe that's most likely a telephone game. Like one person was like, yeah, he was found like 20 miles away, and then somebody else was like, oh my god, he was found 50 miles away, and then eventually it just blooms out until it's 100 miles. Yeah, exactly. 100 miles is like I'm Canadian, so I've got a vague impression of what 100 miles would look like, but somebody usually says, I ran a mile and I'm tired, so knowing that 100 miles would be a death sentence. The GoPro security camera, that's reasonable.
Ryan stresses the story is alleged.
That's a good idea.
Shake it.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about, man? I'm glad he's safe, but no one
I'm gonna give that more thought later.
Out what the hell just happened.
In this clip, Ryan finally works up the courage to climb into the attic himself. What he filmed up there is the footage we opened with.
I was gonna say that.
Is anybody up here?
I'm drawing a blank on the German.
Oh my God.
The German words.
Is anybody up here?
Guten Tag. Guten Tag.
You can see something moving in the dark.
Yes, yes, yes. Ooh. What is this? Is that a deer bust? Does that look like a deer? That looks like a deer. Mounted head of the deer. Somebody standing behind it. That would be really... Imagine trying to debunk that.
Hey, is that...
Well, now it doesn't look like that.
Oh my...
Breaks line of sight with the ghost.
Yeah! In this final...
What did he say?
Hey, is that... Oh my...
In this final clip, Ryan decides to fully investigate the area. With the camera still rolling, he searches the space.
Boxes, wood.
So he's still up
this
there.
Stuff is old.
Okay, listen. If I was him, and let's just suspend our disbelief here for a moment and assume that it's actually real, right? If I had confirmation that there was some sort of unknown entity hanging around in my attic that poses some level of a threat to me, running away would be the first thing. The second thing would be never going back up there again because it wouldn't exist. I'd burn it down. That's a bit of an that's suspending the disbelief and assuming that the reality is that it's some sort of paranormal thing. Here in the real world, if I was in America, I would read a newspaper through its shoulder blades. Otherwise, call the police. You don't run away and give it space to escape. You did take low resolution off the bingo card? Did I? Oh, did not take. Did not take. No, you're right. I didn't. Okay, yeah, it's there. Do you think I should use it for this? Because I feel like it's a compression kind of situation. When I say low resolution, I mean more like somebody's recording on a Nintendo 3DSi. Was it 3D? Was it a DSi? It was a DSi. I think we'll probably get some actual legitimate low resolution. Yeah, like VHS camera, exactly. Like old grainy footage.
Oh, bro. What is this? Rebuild. 2013.
He finds nothing up there. No animal, no person, no nest.
Is he not
no
aware of what's actually in the attic
This
space?
stuff is old. I mean, from whatever the video sounds like, I don't even know how you can make this.
This is really common in the States, where instead of hiring a dumpster, like I'm not in the States, but I've seen a lot of this, where they don't hire a dumpster to take away old material. They just, stick it behind the walls somewhere.
Is that...
Am I wrong? But it looks like a deer.
Right, I'm freaking
But yeah,
out
breaking line of sight with the ghost is what we got for that one.
Willow Hunter just moved into a new
Has he never been in his own attic?
Cat Carrie, and within a day, she's acting strange. She'll be sitting next to him on the sofa, then snap her head toward the corridor, jump down, and dart over to investigate something.
Yeah, 2013 is.
When I first moved
Yeah, it's like 13 years ago, right?
She was sat on the sofa right here.
Yeah.
She just kept looking.
Okay.
Really fast.
I'm sorry. I kind of missed what was going on here.
It's a curse. I'm not one to believe in ghosts and all that kind of.
Willow Hunter just moved into a new flat with his cat Carrie, and within a day,
and that's why the cat's acting
strange. She'll be sitting next to him on the sofa, then snap her head toward the corridor, jump down, and dart over to investigate something he can't see.
You moved into it. So like this person moved into a new apartment, and is confused why their cat suddenly acts like it's hearing things in the apartment. Yeah. It's just a cat being a cat. Exactly.
When I first moved in, she was sat on the sofa right
She's
here.
hearing all the new dogs and other cats and people's birds from all the other apartments around. Somebody's jingling their keys.
Acting normal, and then just shooting up, like jumping down onto the floor to have a look in the corridor to see what's going on. Nothing going on.
The first night in the new place,
Oh,
she did it again, in bed.
Pets
Right after she looked, Willow Hunter heard a bang from somewhere in the
that
flat.
counts.
And then I went to bed on the same night. She started doing it when I was in the bed with her. And then when she did it, I heard this bang right after she'd looked. And that creeped me out a bit. But now...
If you hear the bang, she
By
hears a
morning,
nuke.
Carrie is refusing to go downstairs at all. Willow Hunter offers tuna and treats, but she keeps running back upstairs every time he tries to carry her down.
Yeah. Exactly.
There you go, Corey, there's your food. She did come down for a taste of it earlier. She came down, had a little bite, and I came down. She just freaked out and ran upstairs. Corey, come on, come back down. It's just straight back upstairs. Not interested in whatever's down here.
Willow Hunter says he's never been into the paranormal, but Carrie isn't his first cat. Her son Moses once let out a single loud,
cat's name is
unnatural
Carrie.
meow and died 5 minutes later.
That's my wife's name.
Moses had been fit and healthy, with no warning, no illness, and no obvious cause.
I was just doing that, and she just like did this really
Just
weird
even-
meow, and it wasn't as scary as when Moses did that. Because when he did that meow, I knew something was wrong. I went running to him, and he was just.
Oh, look,
well, he
DS
died within,
games.
like,
Oh, look,
5 minutes.
Xbox games.
It's horrible, but yeah. I hope nothing like that happens to her.
Maybe they're just VHSs. No, they're definitely Xbox 360 games. And those are definitely DS games. Cool. That's Family Guy right there, I think. Just the DVDs.
You alright, Corey?
Yeah, exactly. That is a shame.
You wanna come back down?
Now Carrie has started making the
I'm pretty sure
exact
one of them
same
was Left 4 Dead
sound.
2. I mean, it's just
Hopefully
it's just
she'll
a
be
guess.
alright. That was really weird. I didn't catch it on camera. She just came downstairs.
Now here's where things start to get really eerie. Here's some security footage
Okay.
captured.
Security cameras run off infrared. This shelf is blocking the entire scene because of the bloom from the infrared light, like the exposure settings exposing for the cabinet. If you're setting up a security camera to take an account of your front door, you're definitely going to want to lay some sort of black fabric over top of this. Not black fabric, something that actually has light absorbing properties, because like look at this grip tape for his skateboard. If he ran some grip tape on top of this, it wouldn't be bloomed out like this. You'd actually see a lot more detail. But the problem is that it's not, and he has positioned his security camera in a terrible position. Like maybe like center it in front of here and then aim it at the door, because you don't really need to see anything in the kitchen. Because the point of security cameras isn't to prevent thievery from happening, it's to catch the person who did the thievery. So this is the primary focus of security cameras, not this. Unless maybe you have a suspicion that your oven might catch fire, but if that was the case, buy a second security camera and place it. Well, here, I guess. Cat likes the carpet better than the wood floor. See the keyboard. People should make a video of playing it on its own. Yeah, probably.
At 3 in the morning, showing Kari in the kitchen.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the video games are definitely a lot more interesting than... Oh, wow, the door's opening on its own. Please slam so I can click this button over here. Oh, it's not even his front door.
The activity
falls
didn't
down.
stop with the cat. Days later, Willow Hunter...
Let's go back. I need one of those, like, jogging wheels for this. So it seems like there's a terminal point. So there's a preset maximum opening for the door. And actually there's some... I don't know, this might be me talking out of my ass, but if you notice the gap behind the door here, as the door actually reaches its terminal here and starts bouncing back, the door frame expands slightly. Is that the compression? It might be the compression. It's just the compression. Sometimes you can tell that a door has got one of those preset maximum opening things because as the door opens, the leveraging force of the door opening kind of almost pulls the door frame inward towards the house if it's not like super properly secured, or if it's been secured a long time ago by nails instead of screws. So the door will actually almost kind of jut the wall, and because of the rotational force and the leverage, it'll actually pull most of the studs like this way by like a hair's amount, and that's enough to destabilize a really poorly placed skateboard. Um, which is what I would have assumed, which is what I am assuming is the reason why the skateboard fell down. I think that he intended for the door to be the only thing that was paranormal, and the skateboard was just kind of like a bonus point.
The activity didn't stop with the cat. Days later, Willow Hunter heard his kitchen tap turn on by itself at 3 a.m. and pulled up his security camera once more.
Okay. It counts. Thank you, Ellis. There's water in this somewhere.
Then there's the photo. While clearing space...
Gotta go back a little bit. I think I saw something. Yeah, okay, so that's the cat. Doesn't seem to be too concerned this time.
The cat. Days later, Willow Hunter heard his kitchen tap turn on by itself at 3 a.m.
Oh no, it's a stuffy.
Security
oh, fascinating. No, it's a residual trail from the ghosting, predictive frames. This little thing here that a lot of other debunkers might actually, they might point it out and say that's a string. It's actually just residual from the bear that's falling down. So when I-frames and P-frames, interframes in predictive frames, interframes, and then, well, every now and then the camera takes a picture of everything that's in this scene. And then it sets that as the primary thing. Imagine like, it's like you're looking at something and all of the additional details blur away. If you're staring at a TV for so long that the outside of your vision becomes static and nothing else exists, imagine everything that is the static becomes the stationary image and everything that is moving is the static. Now, anywhere that's moving becomes static and everything else just gets locked in place. It's to save resources. As this bear is falling down, it's actually refreshed the frame. So for a moment, a portion of the bear remains here. Some people might point that out and say that's the string. It's not. There is no visible string. However, curious why this little tiny, this is what actually moved it. But if you look here, there's almost like a, there's almost like a snapping here. Oh, and this thing is most likely just a cobweb being blown by the air conditioner. Curious. I don't see anything that would lead me to believe that string was involved. I mean, I see the obvious outcome of the obvious method that I would use to perform this action would be string, but most of the time string is invisible on camera because it's supposed to be. I mean, you're not buying the string that's going to fluoresce under an infrared light. You're going to buy the string that doesn't. But it seems to be a little bit of a better position. No, it's not. It's just cropped in. The tapo is supposed to be a little bit further out. Also, I find this a little bit suspect, the timestamp. Usually the timestamp up here is more like here. So the fact that it's like right up in the corner a little bit questionable. Can we see the time on here? We cannot. Hmm. Yeah, okay. I accept it. I accept that the timestamp is correct. Um, Coke should sponsor me. That'd be amazing. Hmm. The, yeah, I can't remember the name of it either. What is it? Ah, whatever. Yeah, braided fishing. Yeah, something that scatters, that uses subsurface scattering, like multiple woven fibers on top of each other would redirect the light in multiple different ways. Well, that would totally work. Braided nylon fishing line. I actually have some. It's non-reflective. It's for use in deep water fishing, so that the sunlight doesn't like fluoresce the fishing line deep down and give away the ghost to the fish. Yeah, magician's thread or nylon pantyhose. You can extract specific strings. It's actually how the people. You ever seen those videos of somebody with a? They're wearing a baseball cap. They're always wearing a baseball cap or some sort of hat that are able to attach this uh, nearly invisible nylon string to, and then they're making a receipt float in the air, and they're always like moving their hands around like this, but they never do like, or they do this and they do this, and then they go like this, but they never go like this because then they would give up the trick. It's so imperceptible that you can't even see it in person. The nylon pantyhose string. Yeah, ghost box. That's it.
AM and pulled up his security camera once more.
I thought it was the cat on the chair. Now look at that. Sorry, one more thing. Is that glare? Interesting. So this might be pointed out by him, but it's actually lens flare from the reflection of the infrared light in the glass of the front door, or the mudroom door. But that makes me curious as to what caused that glare. I thought it was just a piece of cobweb that was fluorescing under the light, but I'm pretty sure it's another glare because it actually matches the visual appearance of the glare, which means that there might be a composite shot here.
Camera once more.
But it's the same glare. Could it be a composite? Now the glare goes back that way. Now there's more glare here.
Then there's the photo. While clearing space on his hard. See,
that's the thing about static shots. It could be a composite, and we'd never be able to know as long as the camera didn't move. It's after night, so correct with the luminance. The luminance won't change because there's no ambient, uncontrollable light coming in from the front windows. You could chop the video up any which way you want. In fact, that'd be fun. Let's do that right now. Let's grab a... Let's grab... Come on. Too far. Too far. There. We can grab this frame right now. And then we'll cut one frame in. And then we're going to copy this frame. Then we're going to speed change, freeze frame, and then drag it out all the way across. And so now, see the timestamp? That's your only clue that something is changing. So what I'm going to do is I am going to crop out the left side until we get to the logical space. I don't even know where it is. Disable this. That's how we'll know. So we'll bring it out to about the door frame. And then we'll extend this all the way down there. So now when we watch it,
stop with the cat. Days later, Willow Hunter
nothing
heard
happens
his kitchen
at
tap turn on by
all.
itself at 3 a.m. and pulled up his security camera once more.
Look, no ghosts anymore. All gone. Look, it doesn't. Oh, look at how good that looks.
Then there's the photo.
Doesn't even...
While clear.
The power of static shots. Oh, that could not. That was just a fluke. I wasn't even trying. So imagine if somebody was actually trying. Holy shit. Well, actually, now you can see the composite right there. But but yeah.
Then there's the photo.
Oh,
While clearing
that was
space
good.
on his hard drive, Willow Hunter found
Don't
a
look
picture
too close,
taken on the staircase. Carrie is clearly visible at the top
Do a
of the
slight
stairs.
color match.
So we've got Corey up there. So that's Corey there.
Oh, it's Corey.
Who the
I thought it was
f- is
Carrie.
that?
At the bottom of the stairs, there's a second cat, and Willow Hunter has no way of explaining its presence.
This is just a stable. This is a static image. So, you know, here's two pictures of my cat in two different spots, and I've taken them into Photoshop and turned them into one photo. That's an oddly straight line right there, eh? Like the edge of the box lines up perfectly with the edge of the wall. I'm sure that's just a coincidence, but it draws a natural. And look, it like almost naturally. It feels like there's a split there. There's no split there. I don't think there's a split there, but there's. But like I'm hallucinating a split now. Yeah, the other cat is here. So one cat's up here, and that same cat is down here. We're probably going to end up going Skinwalker route. Did you just point that out too? Yeah, you. Yeah. So logical. Like we see that there is a split. There seems to be. I mean, it's probably not a split, but like it just like unfortunately looks exactly like a split. So it could be a split. Look at this. Look at this discoloration right here in the image. Strange. Discoloration. Ignore what I just did there. You know what? There is definitely a split there. I suspend judgment. Maybe there is, maybe there isn't, but it definitely looks like there is. Anyways, this guy's definitely got compositing down pat.
An
And a spooked cat that he's now milking for everything it's worth.
Objects moving on their own, and a sinister vibe that seems to be getting
Why
worse.
Why wasn't there a glare in this shot? Because the camera's moved. Because he actually centered the camera on the door in the second shot. No, he didn't. Not really.
In the comments below.
Right. So we've got Corey up there. So that's Corey there. Who the f is that?
Yep, he's just really good at compositing. That's my idea. Oh, did we,
A woman ran a photo of her dog through an
that.
AI filter, expecting it to fill in the empty space around him.
It wasn't 3 a.m.
Instead, the filter showed her dead mother sitting on the couch.
Yeah, the spooky
beside
writing
him.
it, yeah. Oh, this thing.
The filter is called Bittersweet Memories, and it's been trending on TikTok. You feed it a photo, and the AI generates a wider angle of the same scene, pushing out the frame, filling in the space the camera missed. It's supposed to be a bit of fun.
Must be a
This
compilation.
particular woman snapped a photo of her dog on the couch and ran it through. When the expanded image...
He says it shows a picture of her deceased mother. However, you know, without sounding a little racy, let's say, does that just not look like every single, like, stock white woman? So, you know, it's trained off of get tons of data of generic looking people, it's going to give you the most generic looking person in there, and it's going to just how AI works.
There was
AI
a figure
sucks.
beside the dog who hadn't been there.
Yeah.
A woman sitting on the couch, not just any woman, but one who looked exactly like her late mother.
She said that the AI
she posted
had
side-by-side
mother
comparisons with photos of her mum from when she was alive. The hair, the posture, the face, all consistent with someone who'd been gone for some time.
She does look like that. Yeah, she's just generic white woman
the first
with blonde hair.
Was that the AI had glitched and generated a random figure, but the resemblance was too specific. It was as though her mother had
Sometimes
been
I don't like
pointing
this stuff. Like sometimes I just kind of glaze over this kind of stuff because I find that a lot of people, if they find this comforting to, think about that their deceased mother is
convinced. Several pointed
coming
out
to
that
them,
the figure looked subtly wrong,
and by all means, keep thinking that. But
a number suggested it wasn't her mother at all.
Look at that face.
Something more sinister.
It's not even a good face. It's not even well made. Like the AI didn't even do a good job creating. Look at the friggin' hands. It's like I couldn't figure out whether it was going to be a blanket or a person. Yes, looks exactly like my mother. Sorry for your car accident that obliterated one. It's like two different women. Let's do this. That's really bad AI. That's really bad AI. That's like Stable Diffusion 3 bad.
On her couch all along, and now it has a face.
Her face looks entirely CGI. It could be that she directed the AI to make that, and then just said that it was from this app.
This tree well. This thing. That
it looks like the Smile film.
It's not in any of his childhood photos. It doesn't appear on Google Maps
I included it
view,
in my
and the man
in
who
my
lives
jump
there
scare.
Says it's getting closer to his house every day.
I feel like it's been
documentary thing, but I didn't even watch it.
Measured it 377 feet away from me. I measured it this morning, 345 feet away from me, and the is getting closer. It's getting closer to me.
The man behind the now viral moving tree saga is TikTok user Sorry to Your Father, a New Jersey local whose pinned videos have racked up tens of millions of views. He spotted a tree near his property that he was certain hadn't always been there and decided to measure it.
I already measured the distance from the porch to the fence.
Here's the face of the Joker. Yeah, the Jack Nicholson Joker.
And
yeah.
We're gonna walk it out. Same exact line as yesterday.
No.
By foot, and then do the math in inches, and then we'll figure out how many feet away it is.
The first reading clocked the tree at 377 feet from his porch. The next morning, he measured again and got 345 feet. By the following day, it had crept to 339, then 337. Then, in a twist nobody saw coming, it actually moved 3 inches the other way.
This is absolutely
wild.
My God. Just measured it.
Oh no. Man. Come on. Oh, I suppose the Earth is moving with it, and there's no trail. I mean, obviously I don't even have to say that, but like, jeez, wow, dude. Yep, we reached the bottom. The fence, yeah.
God. 3 feet 5 fucking inches.
Right.
It moved away 3 inches.
He's verified the measurements.
Don't. There is a particular kind of string that they use to measure it. We don't just use yarn, good sir. Do you know why? Because it stretches. It stretches out, and then it won't go back to its normal.
From the exact same spot. Even a rock left on the ground to make sure the yarn wasn't lying to him. His audience has affectionately nicknamed the tree Treebird, and they tune in daily for new readings.
I mean, at this point, I'm genuinely freaked out and questioning life and what's real and what's not.
Get a laser distance measure.
Way, man. There's no way. I knew it. Fake
That's
ass
it.
tree, dude.
So you just, like, if you're... Oh my god. No, because that wouldn't even work because the ground expands and contracts due to thermal... Just acknowledge the tree's not moving. That's the answer. It's not possible.
According to the uploader, no birds ever land on or near it. He claims he sat.
Sometimes you don't need tools to figure something out. You know what I mean? You just need to be...
approach.
I also haven't seen one bird land
not drunk.
Staring at it for about 2.5 hours. Not one bird.
Then things take a genuinely odd turn. In one of his follow-up videos, he tells his audience he received a phone call that morning. Someone, he says, told him to stop filming the tree.
I do have to say that I did receive a phone call this morning, and I was told that I need to stop filming this tree, which makes it even weirder.
Skeptics are calling the whole saga an elaborate bit. His TikTok bio...
Elaborate. Do you know what would be elaborate? It would be elaborate if he moved his fence closer to the tree every single day. You're not moving the tree towards the fence, you know what I mean?
Reads, I'm definitely not supposed to
that
be
would
here
be
and
elaborate.
I have no idea what I'm doing, which has done little to settle the debate. Others have pointed out that the tree was probably always there, his measurements drift slightly each time, and the Google Maps gap is just an outdated satellite image. But none of those explanations account for the phone call.
And honestly, I've been getting some calls. I had someone show up at my house, and this is just really getting out of fucking hand at this point. They've been telling me that I need to stop filming this tree. And honestly, it's getting to the point now where I'm genuinely freaked the fuck out.
Maybe it's a psychologist that's calling him. Oh, hey, Keirris. It started out really rocky without you, but I'm adapting.
Every morning, Treebird is still showing up out his window, and every morning, this dude is still measuring it.
Look at this. Look at this. Treebird, what the f is going on? You used to be in front of this tree. Now
this guy needs to get some serious professional help. There's something wrong with him. I don't think that he actually believes it, but he's like, if you're out in public, like announcing, like, I know that it's like, realistically it's his property, but anytime you're outside the confines of your own four walls, you're technically outside and other people are able to be seeing you. And the neighbors are probably calling you being like, dude, you got to stop filming the tree. You're losing your goddamn mind. Like, Keirris, this guy thinks his tree is moving closer and further away from his house. Yeah. I don't know if you're still here, but...
Dustin Lee Frazier has spent years filming scary videos inside abandoned buildings deep in the Appalachian Mountains, and he's seen most of what those woods have to offer. This was the house that finally made him leave.
Ooh, I don't like that. Should I go get my REM pod? And then we can, like, ask questions?
Oh, was there anything for that? Cursed object?
Property is near Whiteville, Virginia, and looks like it hasn't been lived in for years.
Or...
I think I'm just trying to freak myself out. Okay.
Dustin's moving through it when something can be heard tapping from inside the walls.
Thermal expansion. Is it Dustin? It's Dustin. It is Dustin. Dustin's so full of shit, it's coming out of his ears.
A spirit box session asking if anything's in the house with him.
I'll do it like that, I guess.
It is Dustin. Yeah, that's his voice.
Then, while he's focused on the box, his camera catches something behind him.
If there is anyone here who would like to communicate with us, who would like to communicate with us? Who would like to communicate with us?
Establish a static shot. Put yourself in a position where you're not going to be interacting with the door frame. You're going to be sitting conveniently right next to the door frame. I bet you put a little piece of tape or something on the floor so you knew exactly where to sit. No, but like I said earlier, we can take this and we can make it so that nothing happens. In fact, blade tool, snip, snip. We're gonna make every ghost video not a ghost video anymore. That's our goal today. Yep.
Who would like to communicate with us?
No ghost.
Who would like to? Who would like to?
There's the ghost.
Communicate with us?
And from somewhere further off in the building, he hears something else.
Static shots. Okay. But did he just stop running? Did he just like pause, turn off his flashlight the second he passed his phone? Where did he go? He just fell into the back rooms? Gone.
Dustin's clearly rattled. He mentions that local hiking trails in the area have been closed by authorities in recent days, and wonders aloud whether
ran away from the growl and then turned his flashlight off. Thanks, Ellis. You see the confetti? I didn't choose to link them. They just happened to do that, and I think it's cool. Yeah, exactly. Turned out the only light. Let the danger come to me. It's better for content. Oh, did he say he's all alone? That's the grunt birthday party from Halo, by the way. If you recognize the.
Then he hears something on the roof above him.
My favorite skull that you can collect in Halo. Every time you headshot a grunt, it confetti.
Head north.
that seems genuine.
That's enough for Dustin, and he leaves the property in a hurry.
Yeah. You know what I do when I get scared? I hold my breath.
A black bear sheltering in an abandoned structure could explain the growl
like this and being
rooftop sounds. Black bears are common in the Appalachians,
really quietly because I feel like whatever I'm
place
scared of can hear my breathing, so I'm always like really measured.
Expansion in old timber, the shadow could be his own torch passing across the wall.
Also restricting airflow,
the knocking, the
causes
shadow,
your
the growl, the scraping above his head was enough to
down,
drive someone with years of experience straight out the door.
I don't know. Now I'm just talking out of my ass. Yeah, he was out of breath because he ran 5 feet.
In a 1980s photograph from a remote Texas cemetery, old man stands beside a tombstone for a portrait. Behind the stone, half hidden, something else is in the frame.
Okay, so we got a photograph from the
the photographer's great-grandfather.
I mean, not 1950s, 1980s.
The cemetery that afternoon, and they were the only people there. The great-grandfather, the user's father who took the picture, and an uncle who was somewhere off-frame at the time. But peeking out from behind the tombstone is the fabric of a spring dress, a patch of pink where there shouldn't be anything at all.
It's a child.
That's strange in itself because the photograph was taken
the funny thing about children is that you can tell them to do something and they'll wander around anyways. I don't know why I said anyways like that.
The grass is dead, the trees are bare, and the great-grandfather is wearing a jacket. Whoever's behind the gravestone isn't dressed.
That just means that Grandpa is a little bit sensitive to the cold. That doesn't mean everybody else is. Or maybe the child had a jacket and took it off a few minutes ago and it's about to get reprimanded by the father.
The weather. According to the Reddit user, the family never noticed the figure when the photo was taken. None of the three men saw anyone else at the cemetery that day. It was only decades later, going through the family album, that the dress in the corner of the frame was spotted. The user admits someone could have been forgotten over the years, a distant relative.
Yeah, like that's one of the things that I keep saying whenever somebody pulls up an old photograph. They're just like, I don't remember this person being here in this photo that we took in 1941. It's like, how the hell would you remember that? Oh, my grandfather was dead at the time. Well, clearly not. Well, how do you know he wasn't dead? Because he's in the photograph. You know, he must have died later.
A friend who tagged along, somebody never mentioned again.
That makes sense.
But every adult who would have remembered is gone now.
How do we know the Egyptians built the pyramids? Well, because we're standing here in Egypt and there's pyramids.
Grandfather was the only person
Somebody
in front
built
of the camera that afternoon.
I mean, like,
but he
people
wasn't the only
can argue
thing
about
in the
that.
Photograph.
I gotta believe it because I'm looking at it.
Oh my God.
Bill is talking to his live stream audience from a patch of forest with a reputation.
Did we have anything we can... Oh, we can technically tick off No, we can't. Oh, the growl. No, we can't. I keep forgetting we're playing bingo. Nothing got thrown. No doors slammed. I'm sure somebody said, did you hear that? We'll just give ourselves a quick... Whee! Shadow-based figure? Did we see a shadow figure? It's ticked off? All right. That's zoom in and out. Somebody zooms in or out too fast. That's a big one too. Yeah, exactly. Memory is so fallible. Yeah. Okay. So I guess we'll just say that's where we are. I feel like by the end of it, if we don't have a bingo, we can kind of bend the rules a bit and start. Won't turn the lights on. That's a good one. Where's the lights? Where's the button for that? Won't turn the fucking lights on. Yeah, Dustin was the shadow. That's a good point.
Paranormal activity when the comments start telling him to turn around.
Exposition dump or misdirection for sure by now.
Did you see something behind me? What the fuck? What was that?
Bill, who goes by Shat Myself Paranormal on TikTok, runs a channel dedicated to live streaming from famously haunted locations, and he's built a loyal following doing it.
Is great.
On this night, he's broadcasting alone from somewhere dark and quiet, talking through what's around him.
Oh, I love that.
It appears in the frame for a split second before he notices.
Okay, what is it?
Oh my God. Oh my God,
Well, now we know why he shat himself.
Did you see something behind me? What the fuck? What was that?
Yeah, come on, dude. If you saw that in the viewfinder on your camera, somebody's like right behind you, I'm not picking up my REM pod. I'm not picking up any of my equipment. I'm bolting.
When Bill finally looks, there's nothing there.
I'll run so fast my clothing will get left behind.
Forest he's been describing for the last few minutes.
I would blink step like an anime. Just
cut?
Boom, boom.
They said cut. Did I just see a face behind me?
And I'd be screaming the
Because
whole
broadcast
time.
Was live, the footage wasn't spliced together after the fact. What viewers saw played out in real time, on every screen tuned into the stream, which makes it harder to dismiss as a video trick.
So that's the funny thing about live streams is that I've shown it. Last live stream, I played a video of reading that creepypasta. So it's that easy. You just run its own run a video, so it doesn't necessarily have to be live. You could switch to a specific scene while he's changing from the front-facing camera to the rear-facing camera and just activate the thing and make it look like it's a you know, sequential. Yeah, it's his own face, is it? It does look like his own face, doesn't it? It is his own face. Look at the nose. The nose is the same. Hey, good catch. Or he's got an identical twin. Yep. You know, the shadow falling on his eyebrow here would be logical. Looking at the top of his eyebrow here. Yeah. Get.
God, what the fuck?
That's good.
Did you see something behind me? What the fuck? What was that?
Oh, that's it. Oh, okay. That's the whole thing.
The students at Fort Simcoe Job Corps
the bridge of his glasses. Yeah, that's what that little
someone screaming from the music room. They
dark
ran
space
toward
in the
the
middle.
sound and found a fellow student bolting out of the room in tears, holding his phone. He'd been alone in the music room, trying to take a photo of his new shoes for Instagram. When he looked at what he'd captured, there was something in the frame that shouldn't have been there. In the top corner of the frame, there's the figure of a young boy.
Yeah, the young boy that's 1.1 feet tall. Look at the size of the boy. Whoops. Look at the size of the boy in relation to that speaker. Really? It's a shit Photoshop job, and that's it. Jeez. Yeah. He's just this big. He's just a little guy. He don't mean no harm.
The student is adamant.
I mean, it's a photograph. We don't really accept photographs anymore.
And the door had been closed.
Photographs are
the scary photo was submitted to us
lowest
directly
form
on
of
our
evidence next to
Slapcam
anecdotal
subreddit by a
evidence.
user who
I
since
swear I
changed
saw a
their
ghost.
handle
You just
to
have to believe me. I have no photos or videos. That's the
9620.
lowest form.
He'd arrived
It's
with the others when the
inadmissible in
screaming
court.
started
Anecdotal
and says
evidence,
his
that
mind
is.
is telling him what the figure is.
Photographs are the
but he
second
doesn't want to believe
artist.
it.
I mean, look, there's like a natural like change in opacity. Almost like this is actually not even like a background removed photo. It's just a full on photo that's just been placed on top and then lowered the opacity. In fact, I'm pretty sure that's exactly what he did. See what I'm saying, right? Yeah, right. That's true too. Let's go back and look at the full photo. That's a really bad angle to show off a pair of shoes. You know what I would do if I wanted to take a picture of my new shoes? I would take them off. Take a picture of the shoes with my face being like, new shoes. It does look like motion blur. Yeah, which means that it wouldn't even be like the motion blur wouldn't even make sense for a digital photograph too. I mean, not for a digital photograph, for no, actually I'm just being an idiot. Forget I pretended I was going to be smart there for a second. Well, the room is dark obviously because he doesn't know how to turn the lights on. Oh no, we already got that one. Won't turn the lights on. Maybe the room has a special key that the janitor has to use. Like, you know, those ones that are like 2 prongs. So you got to stick it in there and go, turn the light on. I made one out of a popsicle stick once and I got in trouble.
A Job Corps campus. The site was established as a military fort in the 1850s before being converted into a Native American boarding school. The kind of institution where thousands of children were taken from their families, abused, and in many documented cases, never made it home.
I think, as a Canadian, it is pertinent to skip that explanation so that
An abandoned hospital shuttered for more than
The
10 years.
algorithm doesn't hear
and on
the
the
word
night this man pointed his camera at it from a neighboring building, one of the rooms on the upper floor was lit.
Schools close together, because just saying that CRTC.
He focuses on the lit room, trying to work out who could.
There are recently we got Bill C9 that passed in Canada, and it's the Digital Streaming Act, and it allows the suppression, like full disclosure. I mean, not full disclosure. Like my interpretation of the bill is that it will suppress channels that speak about politically charged things. And right now, one of those chief politically charged things are these schools.
Possibly be inside a building
so
that's supposed to be empty.
Even if somebody else says it in the video or in the during the stream, I gotta like skip over it because I don't want it to get incorrectly flagged. It's like how you couldn't say COVID.
A figure moves across the room, pale, partially transparent, drifting from one side of the window to the other before disappearing out of frame.
The reflection of like the lower level of what's in front of you. Like if you're standing outside, like in a parking garage, it's somebody who's in the parking garage layer right below you.
The hospital is in Tlatelolco, a neighborhood in
or the
central
hospital
Mexico City.
Floor below you. I don't
Closed
understand.
over a decade ago, and there's no record of squatters, no construction crew, no reason for anyone to be inside the building at all.
No mommies? Did he say that?
Skeptics have argued could possibly be inside a building that's supposed to be empty.
He did.
A figure moves across the room, pale, partially transparent, drifting from one side of the window.
Yeah, so he's filming at a slightly downward angle. Because if you notice, like if you were like planar with the other roof, then you wouldn't, or with the other room, then you wouldn't be seeing this like dark space on the top of the reflection. It would all be white if you were planar. And given the fact that his level is not lit up as indicative by the bottom of the screen here, we can determine that this is actually at a lower level, or there's some sort of like interstitiary. What do you call? The floors are not lining up between the two buildings, so this is slightly lower or slightly higher, but most likely slightly lower because you see the top of the roof or like the wall. This is below him. That's what I'm trying to say. It's below him.
To the other before disappearing out of frame.
Sometimes I just gotta. I just ramble about really like, I over explain a lot. And
Archie and his wife walk through St. Leo's Cemetery in
the power
Leominster,
of editing
Massachusetts
normally
every day.
Prevents me from
On June
talking out of my ass.
2023, their pug started barking at something they couldn't
Those are
see.
AI-generated
There was
photos.
no one else in the cemetery, no groundskeeper, no flowers being planted, nobody visiting a grave. Just Archie, his wife, the dog, and whatever the dog could sense. They walked through a crossroads in the path, and the pug abruptly stopped barking by the time they reached a particular tree. Archie was still talking to the dog when a set of wind chimes hanging from one of the gravestones got slapped, hard enough that Archie says he could tell, by the way it moved, that something physical had struck it. There hadn't been a breath of wind through the cemetery all afternoon. That night, Archie, who posts on YouTube as Terraful Sight, went back to the cemetery with a trail camera, and this is what he caught.
Ooh, there is a video. Okay, so wind chimes are designed to catch wind. Human beings evolved to ignore the subtle breeze of wind so that they don't get tricked by. So your hairs are supposed to catch the wind, and then trigger your reflexes to understand that there's movement. But because of the way that we evolved, our small hairs that are designed to catch the wind ignore most base wind currents. Like it's just how like you ignore your nose even though it's right in front of your face. And so we don't perceive really gentle breezes, but the wind chimes are designed to pick up those gentle breezes. Oh yeah, and it is recording a screen. You're right. Screen record. Yeah. Kind of looks like a duck. Yeah, so our minds naturally ignore small, infinitesimally small, wind currents because of that. But if the chimes are hanging from some sort of like, I don't know, canopy or tree or something like that, then a squirrel running on the tree would make it seem like it was slapped. Let's see your dog shit video. This is definitely low resolution. Oh, we can count that for sure. I mean, it's likely 1080, 780p.
The wind chimes that
720p,
animals or insects
720p.
could have set them off, that the pug was reacting to a small mammal in the underbrush. All of those would be reasonable enough on their own. But the chimes were struck the way someone strikes them, directly, deliberately. The dog had been barking at the same spot before they started.
Yeah, but that happened off camera,
when he went back later in the night was waiting for him in the dark.
Oh, is it?
The cemetery had been empty when his pug started barking. It wasn't empty when Archie came back at night.
Okay, I see. I see it. It's this thing. Right here. However, the entire scene is brightening as if somebody's pulling a car in. So I'm willing to bet that whatever is that thing is only visible because of the headlights of a car. In fact, there are the headlights of the car, I think. Yeah, it looks like it's probably like curved, so it would reflect weird. Headlights of a car are illuminating this gravestone. And then when the car pulls away... now I'm kind of... But if a car pulls away, then there wouldn't be enough light to capture it. So cameras, they require a shit ton of light. We all know this by now. Trail cameras are no different. Infrared requires infrared light. If there's not enough infrared light, it won't capture what's in front of the camera. It'll pretend like it doesn't exist. Flood the area with light, and you have more detail. A 1080p video will look better than a 4K video if you have the correct lighting. I mean, look at my camera. This is the same resolution of a camera as the same one that's on anyone's laptop. The only difference is good lighting. And also that it's a standalone unit and slightly bigger. But yeah. Low resolution video that and context that was aided by images, and trust me, bro. Exactly.
Here are your paranormal headlines in This Week in Weird. Out of southern Nevada, USGS recorded 17 earthquake week in Weird. Out of southern Nevada, USGS recorded 17 earthquakes inside 24 hours about 80 miles from Las Vegas, just east of Area 51. Strongest hit magnitude 4.4 at a notably shallow depth, around 2.5 miles down.
Nothing weird about that.
Geophysicist Stephen Burns flagged the cluster on X as, quote, an unusual place to get an earthquake. Geological consensus is natural swarm activity tied to the Basin and Range province. Nevada's crust is slowly pulling itself apart, and these clusters happen. The timing is the harder part. The swarm peaked the same day Trump told reporters at the White House that the Pentagon had found very interesting UFO documents and that the first releases are coming soon. Reddit went straight to underground tests, secret tunnels, hidden reactors.
Well, it's definitely not secret tests and hidden reactors and everything, because if they knew that the president was going to announce UAPs, they most certainly wouldn't be doing whatever their tests were at the exact same time, because people would draw the conclusion. They're smarter than us. They wouldn't do that. But cluster earthquakes are incredibly common.
The geologists are unbothered. The internet, less so. Probably nothing.
Listen to the geologists. Geologists are like, yeah, that's pretty cool.
And speaking of the disclosure pressure cooker, a televangelist is now claiming the government is briefing pastors to get ready for it. On April 27th, Cleveland, Tennessee evangelist Perry Stone uploaded a YouTube video saying a friend of his sat in on a closed meeting where US officials briefed pastors to prepare their congregations for the public disclosure of non-human craft, materials not from this earth, and, quote, very strange reptilian-looking creatures. Stone wasn't in the room himself. But Bishop Alan DiDio of Revival Nation Church jumped on X on May 5th and posted, I was in this meeting and it's absolutely true. Joseph Zed and Tony Merkel echoed the account, naming an Airbnb in the mountains of Tennessee as the venue, roughly half a dozen Christian leaders in attendance. None of the
government rented an Airbnb?
The officials named, no state confirmed, no transcript. Whatever you make of the source, the timing, right as Trump's promised UFO file drop, is doing its own narrative work.
Okay.
From religious disclosure briefings to a retired Army sergeant on Fox News with a Bigfoot story he's been telling for 33 years. This week on Fox and Friends First, retired Army Staff Sergeant Todd Nice recounted a 1993 military exercise in the Oregon Coast Range.
Here's a big thing that I seem to hear a lot. Remember what was his name? Grosh? He's just a military guy. He wasn't involved in anything that these cases that he was like, oh, we have recovered crafts with non-human entities and everything. He wasn't involved. He was just hearing it from somebody else and then reporting that to Congress. Military members, they're just people. So, you know, scientists can be crazy and military members can like Bigfoot. Non-human biologics, yeah. Yeah. Bishop and aliens, they'll go, yeah. Most of these stories end up just boiling down to just trust me, bro.
No less, say they watched 3 large hair-covered bipedal figures observe them from across a clearing for 25 seconds. Nice now runs the American Primate Conservancy, the non-profit he founded in 2015. He used to be a skeptic. 25 seconds is what changed him. He also flagged Ohio, currently ranked 4th in the country for Bigfoot sightings on the BFRO list.
Somebody slipped
with a
the wrong
fresh
kind of
cluster
mushroom in your
reports
soup
in the
morning,
wooded corridor
maybe?
between Akron and Youngstown this March. An Army sergeant with live explosives is a hard one to ride off.
Exposed to 3 of these. Actually, 3 of these.
I don't know why the explosives makes him more
observing our
believable.
exercises, and those 25 seconds changed the entire course of my life.
From a clearing in the Pacific Northwest to one of the most famous haunted houses in America. In Rhode Island Superior Court on April 29th, Judge Shannon Signore dismissed the lawsuit Elizabeth Greenhold filed last December
go ahead and assume
to block
that's
the
not
sale
Shannon
of the Conjuring
Signore.
House, the 18th century Burrellville farmhouse where the Perron family lived in the 1970s. The case Ed and Lorraine Warren investigated, the source material for the 2013 movie. Greenhalgh argued her sister, Jacqueline Nunez, lacked the capacity to sell the property to Ghost Hunters star Jason Hawes for $1.3 million. The judge ruled Greenhalgh didn't have standing. Dismissal was without prejudice. Greenhalgh's still seeking guardianship of her sister in Boston probate court, and there's a tangled mortgage situation behind the scenes involving Elton Castee, who tried to buy the house himself. So Hawes isn't the owner yet. Closer than ever, but not quite there.
I really think that it's detrimental to the general community
From Rhode
of people
Island
who not just believe, but enjoy the paranormal. I think it's really against the better experience of the... Don't sell haunted fun houses to paranormal creators, or they're just going to fill it with gimmicky bullshit. Yeah, he used to be. Yeah, exactly. Skeptics rarely make more money than well, actually, maybe not scientists. Actually, I don't think scientists make that much money. Anyways, Mystorian did a 3 or 4 part series on the Warrens. Does he bring up the allegations? Because pretty concrete.
In Western Kenya, where a different
I'm not going to speak to it because I'm just some guy on the internet, but
but
there's a lot of
Kenya's
very
Kisii
interesting
County, Damaris Joel says a hand appeared
stuff in
outside her
regards to
home
Ed
with
and
its
Lorraine
beak
Warren,
removed and a handwritten note tied
infidelity
beneath its
and
wing. The note
other
listed
things
members of
that
her family by name.
even outside of the
each with a
paranormal stuff, it
predicted
still
date
makes
of
me
death,
lose all
written in red ink.
respect.
Joel called her pastor and put the hen back where she found it. The next morning, another hen turned up in the same spot. Another note under its wing. She suspects witchcraft. According to the local Kenyan outlet Tuko, this isn't the first such incident at her home. The pastor told her whoever placed the hen would come back for it. The family's still waiting.
Unlikely.
One last thing before we kick back to the countdown. Our second channel, Slapped Ham Mysteries, has rebranded. New name, new tempo. It's now called Creepy and Cozy. Chilled, laid-back, eerie stories built for sleep listening. I'll be narrating historical...
I don't think there's anything else in this video. Wait a second. Okay.
The aunt and she got the photos developed. There's
a lot more to this video. How long is this? Jeez. Only 40 minutes.
A young girl stands in the dense brush,
beaten this horse
obscured by tangled branches and dry stalks, looking directly at the camera. She wasn't there when the photo was taken. The aunt is sure of it.
Come on.
The image was posted to Reddit's paranormal forum.
Come on, you fucking serious? She said
a young girl stands in the dense brush, half obscured by tangled branches and dry stalks, looking directly at the camera. She wasn't there when the photo was taken.
Then why the fuck were you taking a picture of the fucking bush? It's a 30-year-old photo? You wasted film on a bush? Yeah. Ridiculous.
Sure of it. The image was posted to Reddit's paranormal forum by user Damien Quirty, who says his aunt has had the photo in her possession for the past 20 years. The story behind it is one she's told the same way.
I don't want to hear the story behind it.
Skeptics would point out that Ouija boards are notoriously unreliable, often producing names that can't be verified, and that the figure in the photo could simply be a hiker the aunt's group encountered but didn't register at the time. But the family swears they were alone on the mountain, and the figure...
What is that? Red herring. Did I already get that? Yeah, that is... I already got that. Jesus. Oh my god. Ouija boards often give us give us names that are unverifiable. Ouija boards don't give you shit. You give yourself the... That's like saying... that's like saying the plasma screen can't play the VHS. A plasma screen can't play a VHS because it doesn't have a DVD player.
The drawer in this woman's hospital office has been taped shut for a reason, and the scary video shows what it does.
So the floor's not level.
The hospital where she works was renovated years ago, but the floor she works on used to be the pediatric ward. In the 1980s, a young boy died there of appendicitis.
Oh my god, yeah.
Her daughter, who posts on Reddit as Aspect21, says the boy hasn't left. He plays with electronics in the office, hits the code blue button in one specific room, and once shook a box of cupcakes off the floor. Lately, he's been opening this drawer no matter how many times she tries to seal it shut.
You're using fucking cellophane tape, or whatever. What do you call that?
She's not the only one who's noticed.
You want it to stay closed.
Patients have reported a young boy running through their rooms
take a couple
at night,
playing cards and stick it under the front right leg.
Several of them mentioned something painted on his face.
You want to see the other side of the desk?
Skeptics could argue the drawer mechanism
could be a hole in the back,
and the patient reports are exactly the kind of thing.
I think it's just not level. I think that when you overload a drawer and then tilt the whole cabinet forward with really good rollers, the drawer is going to start opening.
None of them have spoken to each other.
Jack up the front of the desk a little bit, and I think it'll stop.
Death.
Like, hell, you got business cards around? Do hospitals have business cards?
You guys are hearing that, right?
Wynn says the activity in his house has been getting stronger since his cat died. He's been hearing things in the basement.
Hello? Ever since our cat passed away, things have kind of been picking up. I'm not going back there.
He goes down to investigate, camera in hand.
Exactly.
Hello?
Yeah, the camera moved at the exact same time that the...
Then something else happens.
Who are you?
Do you see him swaying with...
Get the hell out of here. Jeez. Dude. Stop. Oh,
The clip was posted to Instagram by Win McPix, who's been documenting activity in his home for years. He says the cat had always seemed to keep whatever was here in check. Skeptics could argue that the chair was set rocking by Win's footsteps and that the ball came from off camera or had been hidden by the angle the whole time. Both of those would be reasonable on their own.
Wait, yeah, where did the ball come from?
Skeptics could argue that the chair was set rocking by Win's footsteps and that the ball came from off camera.
What the f... Oh, I just skipped to the end of the video. No great loss, but I still want to see that. So, most people say that it's a portal. I say that it's obvious evidence of video tampering. So, I didn't even peg that. I was starting to space out there for a second. So,
came from or had been hidden by the angle the whole time. Both of those would be reasonable on their own.
Punchy audio.
But Win was nowhere near the chair when
I didn't
it
even notice
moving,
the ball. I was like
wasn't on the basement floor a moment before.
Starting to get focused on the wrong objects.
Spot.
Like
his cat is gone, and
like the sound that the sound that was of the banging sounded like somebody was slamming on like a tin silo or like the tin siding. And I was thinking to myself, well, you're in a house that has insulation on all the walls, likely drywall, and then floor insulation. Why would there be the sound of like a shed wall being banged? And then I saw outside the window that they have a tin egress window. So that means that they're below grade, so they're underground, which means that it's possible that somebody's standing above that window there. Above the line of the window with like a rock or something and just kind of tapping the egress window retaining wall. And because I was staring at that, I didn't even notice the ball in the first place. I didn't even see that there was a ball at all.
More and more unsettling.
So, misdirection. Was that a cut too? There was. Was that always there, or do you think maybe that was slapped ham? Kind of difficult. Sometimes sometimes slapped ham or they shouldn't be modifying the video files, but sometimes the video file goes on for so long that they kind of like go, oh, I got like a quota of like a specific time frame that I have to hit. So maybe, if he had a quota for a time frame, he probably wouldn't have fucking prattled on about what the lady and the girl in the bush. It definitely looks like a cut. Now, that would be off-camera sound, too. I mean, that's technically EVP, but I'm okay with that.
Damn it. Who are you? Get the hell out of here. Jesus.
He also zoomed in on the ball, like, really quickly, too. Like, he was expecting it.
Before we get to that #1 spot, remember to hit that subscribe button, then tickle that little bell icon there and turn on all channel notifications.
Objects.
That way you'll be in the loop every time we drop our scary, mysterious videos.
Did I get rid of that Charles Fakuk?
He didn't notice it while he was filming. He only saw it later, going back through the footage.
That's another classic. Yeah, breaks line of sight with the ghost. Yeah, look at in the corner here. Like,
he didn't notice it while he was filming.
Immediately
he only saw
looks
it
away
later,
from it.
going back through the footage.
Another classic is I didn't see it when I was filming. It only appeared after. Ooh. You know what? I recognize that it's most likely a little girl, but I don't like that. That's creepy as shit. That's a creepy ass kid. Yeah. Was it You are creepy as
Earlier that
shit.
night, he'd heard noises in his house. He grabbed his phone, walked through the rooms,
Even
and
like
recorded
even
everything
sometimes
he
when
could
you
see,
recognize that something's fake,
bracing
just
for
the face
whatever
that
was
somebody
making
can
the
make is like,
noise.
yeah, that is, it's creepy. Ew.
The scary video was posted
This
on
would count as
Instagram
low
by
resolution too, because even though it's definitely a
Samp_Allen0418,
modern video,
the man hadn't been looking at the chair
it
while he
looks
was
like it's
filming.
been
He'd been looking
compressed.
at the rest of the
It's
room, panning past
2025. There's no
furniture,
reason why
scanning for
you
whatever
should be
made the
recording on
noise.
something that appears to be
Camera
like
caught
an
what he wasn't
early
looking for.
2000s camcorder. Yeah, it took a long time. It takes too long to find really creepy things.
Free cash if you want to earn some.
No, don't check out free cash. If it's free, if the app is free, then you are the product. Yeah, we got a bingo though, didn't we? Yeah, yep, straight across, diagonally. Haha. Sweet. So, first bingo, live bingo. Hell yeah. I was expecting to get a lot more angry during that video. I usually get really angry when I look at... Well, I mean, I did get angry, didn't I? What was that? I've repressed it. To save my sanity, I've repressed whatever whatever it was. I gotta go. Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, I guess like shoot me an email and then we can figure that out. So thanks for stopping by. I don't know. I don't really have anything else to do. Scary. Is there the aliens? That was something that I was supposed to try, that I was trying to find. Yeah, I couldn't find any of the videos for the Bayside aliens. And there is that new disclosure of the FBI with the star-shaped things, but I'm not sure if there's anything that I can say on that. It's all too complicated for me. Yeah, the email should be on the main channel. I think it's under... Oh, it's just you don't scare me YT@gmail.com. That's what it is. Great tonight. Thanks. That was... Yeah, it was pretty scary, but it actually turned out to be pretty good. Pretty okay. So, yeah. I don't know. I think this is probably a logical place to end the live stream. Next week I will force Keirris to be here. And yeah. I think that went well. It wasn't yeah. I think it seems as though the thing that needs to happen is that there needs to be something going on to distract me from how missing Keirris is from the whole thing. Yeah. There will be bingo. I've got a way to set it up so that Keirris can also be involved in the bingo, and I want to see if I can get him to have his own bingo card, but I'm not sure how I can get it so that his bingo card is also visible without so vastly diminishing the size of the video that nobody can actually see what's going on. So that's something that I got to play around with, but when I do figure that out, there's also apparently some way to have that you guys can interact with the bingo board, but I'm not sure what that is. Everybody on, like, I think that might be like a Twitch specific thing, because that's what the streaming software that I'm using is primarily for. But yeah. Cool. So thanks for being here. I enjoyed this a lot more than I expected. I was pretty nervous, but now my BPM is down around, it's 64, which is, that's pretty low. I think that's a good thing, but I'm not sure. I'm not a cardiovascular person. So I guess yeah. I love all of you. Thank you for being here, and I will see you next Well, I mean, I guess you'll see me on Tuesday, 5 p.m. for the regular scheduled video. I gotta start recording videos again. Like I'm running out of the scheduled videos. But yeah, so I'll see you next week on Saturday, 5 p.m. same time, and yeah, yep. No worries, and good night, everyone. Oh yeah, wait, hold on. There's an outro. There's a new credits. I'll play that. I'll do that. And then I'll end it.
Lights turning off one by one. The pixels are tired of being fun. Thanks for the silence and the noise, leaving all my favorite toys. Check the box if you feel the same. See you when I forget your name. Wait for the ping, wait for the glow. Where did all the hours go? Stay a while, leave a sign. Don't let the feed just die on the vine. Don't let it die. Guelph is getting quiet now. I'd tell you more if I knew how. See you in the comments section. A digital connection. Turning off the screen to breathe. Turning off, it's time to leave. Okay, bye. Get gone.